Okay, today we are playing a game on Blizzard World. We are playing Winston the entire way through, and I still don't know what the SR of this game was. One day, we'll get to a game where I actually know what it is, but today's not that day. So, starting with Winston on defense, and they've got a Genji and Ashe, so, you know, there's going to be some people for us to fight. Well, they have a Zenyatta as well, that's good times as well. Zenyatta's very fun to jump on as Winston, because you know there's nothing he can do. He's utterly powerless to stop you. So we're having a good time out here, you know, slowly advancing in on their spawn. We staggered the Zarya pretty good, so that's nice. But we are, our team, broadly speaking, is starting to get a little carried away, just a little bit excited, you know, rein it in a little bit. We'll put the bubble down right there. I don't really, like, want to do that, just because, like, putting the bubble down like this... It never really does very much, you know, like it just kind of ends up breaking, like really quickly, and then when you jump in as Winston, you don't have it, and it makes your dive way less impactful when you just like put it down in the choke point. Anyway, so we're having a good time, we're jumping in, getting the men, tasing the Genji, they're all fucking dead, got them good, and... we continue to be very excited and slowly moving in on their spawn, but we remain unpunished for our actions, and that's all that really matters, isn't it now? As long as you don't get punished, you don't have to get learned. So the Primal Rage we used was really not particularly impactful, we just ended up feeding a bunch of ult charge with there instead. Even if we killed the Zenyatta with it, like, it wouldn't have really been a good use of company resources, because they already couldn't keep fighting at that point. So even if we killed Zenyatta, it would, like, buy us maybe, like, a couple of seconds extra time before they can regroup, which is not especially exciting, given it costs the ult, our ult, and then we end up feeding them a bunch of ult charge, because that's just kind of what Primal Rage does. But you know, things going pretty good, you know, we're having a good time. We're jumping on the bad men, and the bad men are like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do about this one? If any of them figure out that they could just change to, like, Reaper or McCree, oh no, life will be so hard. Oh no, they're changing right now, they're changing. They don't have Zenyatta, and they don't have, Genji, Ashe anymore. We did just still kill the Reaper, not just by ourselves, obviously, but you know. Soldier, we're slowly getting him. We could be braver here. Like, he is so close to dying, even though he's in the biofield. Like, we'll still slowly kill him. And if we can just punch him, right, we can just, like, bonk him right at the end, just get that last bit of health off of him, we could get him. I believed. He died regardless because fucking Reinhardt emerged from the tunnel underneath and punched him. But, you know, we could have been braver. We could have gone for him on that one a little bit more. I believed. Did we just jump in with really low health, or did we take a bunch of damage? No, we just took a lot of damage on the way in, huh? Yeah, like, we got like, real hurt. We didn't take that much on the way in, we just took it very quickly once we arrived. So we've finally been punished for what we've been doing. It just took them nearly 3 minutes to do it, but, yeah. We've just been, like, slowly fighting closer and closer to their spawn the entire time, which is not good. Spawn camping's bad, best avoided. It took us a while to get punished, but we did in the end get punished, which means we now have to learn. How terrible. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's the worst part of playing the game, is when you get punished and you actually have to learn something now. Oh, no. Anyway, so we actually didn't get particularly punished because they still didn't actually win the fight great in our absence. Real low. Oh, God. Just greed. Just pure greed to hold on to the ult for that long. We dropped really low, and we were still just like, I don't want to use it. Just greed. Granted, even if we used it, no guarantee anything goes particularly better over here, really, seeing as we were already starting to lose some ground at that point. And this, you know, thing with Winston's ult is, sometimes you just end up feeding a lot of ult charge to the enemy team. We got our ult, we pop it this time. There is a Reaper in the vicinity, which makes life really hard, you know? you're already going to take a bunch of damage when you're using Primal Rage, and Reaper's just going to make you take a bunch of damage times 2, pretty much. Very optimal timing there, Zenyatta, you know, right. Have our healers always been Lucio Zenyatta? That's terrible. Oh god, I didn't even know that was happening, because we were just having such a good time. So we finally lost ground. We finally lost the checkpoint. Took them a really long time to get there, but they got there in the end all the same. So life is kind of hard now, as far as, like, killing people with Winston goes. Like, obviously we can't kill Reaper unless, like, something really terrible has happened. We can get Baptiste, assuming, like, he's not, like, assuming he isn't, like, a big brain play or anything like that. You know, sometimes they jump out at you. So our best targets at this point are pretty much Ana and Soldier. But Soldier is a bit of a problem in and of himself, because if the Soldier's brave and just, like, runs into the bubble and puts the biofield down, feels bad, you know. He can fight you off pretty decently. Did almost get the Ana, but not quite. Oh no, here comes the boy. Video's doing a bit of a stutter, which I'm pretty sure is not the recording. I think it's just that it's failing to load the video quickly enough. Yes, because now it's working fine. Oh god, he's still coming. He got us. He got us. Oh, things just got even harder, because now their Soldier changed to Pharah. Now, we can harass Pharah, and it's easier when their healers are like Baptiste Ana, because they aren't going to be able to reliably pocket a Pharah the same way that a Mercy would. So, you know, we can harass the Pharah somewhat, but it's still not going to be as good as, like, you know, D.Va. Still, of course, being the best one to harass a Pharah with, tank-wise, pretty much. Yeah, Toast is actually okay as well. So, the really, really, like, aggressive play to make right there would be, we go in, we do this, and we pop Primal Rage to reset our jump and go after Baptiste right there. Because we know Baptiste is pretty close to being dead right now. He's very close to being dead. So if we jump over there on him and bash him, he's pretty much dead. The risk is, of course, the lamp. I don't know if he had the lamp off cooldown or not right there, though. And Ana being able to heal him. But it's not like it's the end of the world, even if that does happen, because we're still just in the position to use Primal Rage to try and beat him up anyway. So that would have been the aggressive play to try and finish off the Baptiste right there. Obviously, it doesn't matter. We won the team fight anyway, and it was, like, pretty easy. So obviously, it didn't matter in this circumstance. But if you know somebody's low and you haven't got your jump ready, hey, if you got your ult, you can jump on that boy real quick. So someone like Baptiste, it's not like he can pull off many maneuvers to, like, get away from you as Winston, because he can only use his knees once before he has to recharge them. Also, most Baptiste players don't actually use Baptiste's knees, you know? Pretty important part of his kit, to be honest, but most people just don't use them. I think he was trying to use them right there, but he was hacked, so he wasn't going to be having any luck with that one. So, Primal Rage, unfortunately, there's still a Reaper here. It still makes life rather difficult for us. We take a bunch of damage because Reaper's here. Winston did stop being, like, a good pick for this team comp a while ago. Pretty much once Soldier changed to Pharah. As far as I'm concerned, we should have just changed to D.Va at that point, because D.Va's going to be better for dealing with the Pharah, and she's still good at dealing with the supports as far as diving goes, and she doesn't get, like, quite as rinsed by Reaper, assuming you get caught fighting him. Because Winston, of course, if you get just all things being equal, if you get stuck in a 1v1 with Reaper, you're getting rinsed. D.Va, you got probably enough time to stall it out and get away, if nothing else, you know? We shouldn't be fighting over here. Okay, we're leaving. That's good. That's good. Because, yeah, they already captured that. We got pinned. Alright, you know, life is hard. I wonder if he did a really big read on that one, or if he was just chasing after us anyway. Who knows? Anyway. So, a lot of them have their ultimates ready, and that's very scary. They have, like, all of their best ultimates except Graviton ready, pretty much. Reaper's in position. Pharah's fucking dead. Fuck that hoe. Yeah, Reaper just killed 2 people behind us. That's okay, we're killing their support right now. Oh, it feels bad. Oh my god. because she splashed the ground right as she died. Is that, like, you played Anna, you ever had that feeling right there? You splash your feet, but you die anyway. How tragic. And he didn't even hit us, so it's like the worst possible occurrence. Was that health kit behind him? Behind her, alive? Could we have gotten that one? It's only a small health. No, it's not. No, that's a big health kit. Yeah, so like, we could back up and try and get that, you know, rather than just immediately jumping on them. Turn around, pick up the health kit. Just don't even look back at them in that situation, so that Zenyatta can't get the headshots on you as you're running away. You run backwards, pick up the health kit, go out the door, and just try to jump away at that point, because they were pretty much fucked fighting them straight up in that position. So the best we could really do is try and get away. And if you're just trying to, like, run away as Winston, don't show them your head. Turn tail and run, so they can't get any headshots on you. You do actually move faster running forward as well, because moving backwards you go at 90% speed. So, alright, so I have a question for you about the movement speed going backwards, right? I had a question once before, but that one it was about Tracer and Genji. Got another one for you, right? If you're playing Echo, or Pharah, I guess, and you're floating backwards, do you still move slower? Like, percentage-wise doing that? Or is it just kind of like not accounted for if you're falling backwards, you know? Is it if you're walking backwards that matters? This is something that matters in approximately 0% of situations, but it's just interesting to know. Do you flatly move slower going backwards, or does it have to be like walking backwards specifically that makes you go slower? So anyway, we're sticking on the Winston. Their team's better to fight as Winston now because they've got Zenyatta Mercy, way easier supports to bully around, and Soldier instead of the Pharah. There is a Torbjorn over there, but as long as we just avoid the Torbjorn situation, we're pretty much good. We've managed to kill both their supports. This should be enough to win the fight in and of itself, because now any damage we do to them is permanent. So losing both your supports early on in the team fight is like pretty crippling. So I actually would have rather go and fight at the point rather than continuing to chase Toes down right there, just because Toes is like pretty fucked regardless of what we do. And while we were doing that, we weren't actually capturing the point, and we were just giving their team more time to regroup and actually fight on the point. So I would have rather left Toes to everybody else so we could come over here and start actually trying to, like, contest the checkpoint, rather than running after the guy that is, like, gonna die regardless of what we do right there. Because we actually get over here, and even though that fight went really well, we actually didn't even get the first tick, because that whole time that we were chasing after Toes, nobody was actually contesting the checkpoint. There was a Tibbleborb over on the point, which was going to make it difficult for us as Winston, certainly, but, like, we don't really bring a whole lot to killing tanks for the most part anyway, you know, so I'd rather try and gain the ground. We've still got Lucio Zenyatta. This is still very bad. It's not as bad if you're attacking, because you're trying to, like, get in and kill people as quickly as you can, you know? But it's still, like, you know, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. Back in the olden times, we used to run that as the dive support combo just because it was the best options we had. We have so many more choices now. Remember when the only main healer in this game was Mercy? Remember that before Anna came out? We had Mercy. And that was it. We didn't get to have another main healer. We've come so far as a species now, haven't we? We don't even... Like, Mercy's not even a main healer anymore. Despite what some people will tell you. Maybe, you know, maybe one day, but not anymore, not today. So we captured the checkpoint, hooray. Well, hopefully we do. You never know. Even when things seem guaranteed, you never quite know, because how many times have you been like, alright, we fucking got him. Easy peasy. And then the Lucio streaks out of nowhere, contests the point for like 30 seconds. Team manages to actually regroup and stall you long enough that you end up losing the fight anyway. It's happened to you at least once. I know it has. So, We're jumping in on the bad men again. Toes can't really do too much to stop us right now because he just used his rock. Hooray, got the Mercy. We didn't kill the Mercy, but we basically killed the Mercy. You know, we led to that Mercy's death. Reinhardt's really fucking in right now. He's actually still, like, pretty healthy, all things considered. He doesn't really deserve to be escaping with, like, basically full health right there. But he did, so, you know, that's cool. Good for him. Good for him, even if I'm a little upset about it. We held our bubble for a while in there, didn't we? We did actually have our bubble, didn't we? I'm not crazy. I'm a little crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy. Okay. We put it down more or less right when it came off cooldown. Okay. I just looked down and saw it wasn't on cooldown, and I was like, yo, hold on, were we just fighting without this up? We took loads of damage. No. It was still on cooldown. That was a really long cooldown, that bubble. I don't really think that Winston's bubble justifies its cooldown, to be honest with you. I'd probably reduce the cooldown on Winston's bubble a little bit. It's like a really restrictively long cooldown for a pretty bad barrier, all things considered. But then if it was significantly lower, like, Jesus Christ, it would be really obnoxious. Like, the amount of times, the amount of in and out that Winston would be able to do would be pretty crazy. But I'd probably reduce it by a couple of seconds, to be honest. Anyway, so we in there. We not in there anymore. Look, too scary to continue chasing at that point. They do now have a Junkrat and a Moira. This makes it harder to kill people over there now, but they still have Zenyatta, who remains fun to bully as Winston, because there's just kind of nothing he can do. Except just, like, click your head real fucking good. Just real fucking good. And I do mean real good. I'm guessing we disconnect, like, something happened to us right there, because we did just stop. Unless we decided we were dead, but that seemed like that would be a very strange change of character, given some of the things we've done. So I'm guessing we just, like, something happened to us right there. Zen's fucking... Oh, no, Zen, why would you do it? Why would you do it, brother? Why would you do it? I understand you don't want to die, but, like, come on. Just, you know, just own that one. That one's not... That trance was never gonna do anything. Except, like, not make you not die to Gravitic Flux, I guess. We shouldn't be taking part in this fight. This fight's done. All we've done is come in and feed some ult charge and die. The fight was done. Half our team was already dead. It was not to be. It was not to be. You know, and when you gotta be careful about going and recommitting to a fight that's already lost as a tank in particular, because you end up giving a lot of ult charge as a tank when you go in and die like that. Roadhog players, of course, they love doing it, dude. They love going into a fight that they've already lost, taking a breather right in the middle of it, and just feeding 900 ult charge right there. Oh, they fucking love it, to those fucking Roadhog players. God damn. I have so many grievances with Roadhog. Not with Roadhog, with Roadhog players. Roadhog is fine, you know? He's a pretty chill dude for a mercenary, all things, you know, with that whole character that he's got built up. Roadhog players, though, oh, they're just the worst. They're just absolutely terrible. So we're trying to bully some people around. It didn't go great, you know. It could have gone better. Toes is a pretty poor one to try and bully in that position, because you got a lot of health, you know. It's better to try and bully around one of the squishier people if possible. Here we go. We're changing to the Hammond to try to get back out there faster. Are we going to touch it? Lucio's in there. Lucio's out of there. Oh. So we lost the game. Very tragic. So the thing that stood out the most in that game really was just I think we were too determined to stick on Winston in the first round. Their team became, like, at the start here, their team is, like, pretty good to play Winston against. They got Bridget, obviously, but don't worry, Bridget got nerfed. Nobody's gonna play Bridget anymore. After the nerf's on live now. Of course. And I saw like 3 people today pick Bridget, and they must have just gone, oh right. Because they picked Bridget, and then were immediately not Bridget anymore after switching to her. Yeah, you know, it's one of, oh right. Don't worry, no one's playing Bridget. But their team's pretty good to play Winston against right now. But it became quite hostile to Winston quite quickly, and I would have rather changed to Diva. Basically, once they had the Reaper Pharah, you know, at that point, I'm like, right, we'll just play Diva. We can achieve mostly the same thing with supports, but we're better against the 2 DPS. And like, don't go so ham into their spawn. You know, it took us a really long time to get punished for it, but like we should have been punished sooner than that, really. So, thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord, ask questions more directly, have a conversation about them, or just shitpost of this. I start streaming on Twitch Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, 8 p.m. AST to 11 EST. There's a link to the channel in the description. And if you managed to make it all the way through the video and so much enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future. And I hope you found the video helpful.